So, hello everyone, we're here today with our best-selling author Rob Parker, and he's just come along on his the week that his brand new book Morte Point is coming out.
Hello!
And he's with us today. We're having a pint with Parker to learn more about the book and where Rob's going with the series. So, hi Rob.
Hiya!
So we'll kick off with our first question. So Morte Point is the sequel, of course, to the international bestseller Wanted Man. In what ways do you think we might see Ben Bracken change in book 2 or not, as the case may be?
Whoa, good question. Because I think when I wrote this book, I was growing as a man. Actually, I was, fatherhood was becoming a bigger and bigger part of my life. So I think that my sensibilities changed a little bit. I think in A Wanted Man, he's very driven by a sense of patriotic duty, and I think in this one, I think the first examples of the edges of that are getting blunted, and he's getting a little bit more cynical about the bigger picture and the motives surrounding the people sending him on these escapades.
Right.
I think as well in this one there's a little, with that is coming a little darker humour that's eking out a little bit, and that is obviously a lot of fun to write as well.
Sure. So for much of Morte Point, Ben is of course on the run in Devon, which for our readers overseas is on the southwest English coastline. Do you think the location changes the tone of the book compared to Ben being on the sort of mean streets of Manchester in book 1?
Absolutely. I think I wanted to show another string to a serviceman's bow, so to speak. I don't think it's all necessarily being adept in firefights, etc. I think in this instance I wanted to show survival skills and stuff like that, and I was looking for a place to do it. But I'm still in that position in my writing career where I really want to write based on places that are completely real. Because if I get the real stuff right, then the more fantastical elements, the audience will kind of go along with that a little bit more if I've got that right initially in the first place. So I knew this area very well from family holidays there for 35 years straight, without giving away my age there. But and I love that area completely because of the variety, and it's also totally beautiful. It's one of the kind of things that the British Isles does have, but you don't often hear about. So, and I wanted to abandon a guy there and let his survival skills come to the fore. So yeah, the tones are completely different, and the challenges you face are totally different, and I had a lot of fun with those too.
Yeah, I think your sort of admiration for the place comes through in the writing, actually.
Oh, good.
So, can you give us any clues about the future of Ben Bracken from here?
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to get any easier for him. I've planned, I've got up to 10 books in the series planned ahead, so this will be book 2. Book 3 is already written, and book 4 I'm sort of halfway through, but he's certainly a character that I'm going to put through the grinder a bit more. He is going to get tastes of happiness and what he's after, but I always like it in books when you're never given an easy way out, and I deliberately made it so that this guy can never have an easy way out, because of course in A Wanted Man he starts by breaking out of prison, so he's always got that hanging over his head, so it's very difficult for this guy to have an easy life. But I want to take him to new places. He's going to spend some time in the British Isles, and then we're going to take him over to he's going to go exploring.
Oh,
we're going to go off.
That's exciting. Okay, so this is a bit of a broad question, so interpret it as you will. Just in the sort of more general, wider field, how would you like to see the crime fiction genre evolve in the next few years?
Oh wow! Gosh, what a question that is. No, it's brilliant. I mean, obviously, I keep saying this. I'm very entry level into the crime fiction world at the moment.
Wow.
And I'm enjoying, the welcome that I've received.
Yeah.
At the same time, I think crime covers every base actually in the literary circle, because it can explore any topic that you choose to put in, no matter how difficult. So I'd really say, and it's really friendly. There's no snobbiness in crime as well, actually. And not that I'm casting any aspersions on any other genre, but in crime I've just had like loads and loads of lovely welcome and support, and I think that if crime could just keep doing what it's doing, I'd still be very, very happy to be in this place, in this genre.
That's good to know that people just want to read more and more of it. It doesn't ever seem to go out of vogue, which is great.
Absolutely.
Finally, because we know that you kind of do a lot of workshops and kind of go into schools and talk to kids about their writing, how would you advise an aspiring writer to begin planning an ambitious series such as the Ben Bracken series?
Firstly, temper your expectations and know that it very rarely happens overnight.
Yeah.
And manage what you call success. If success to you will only ever be being the #1 writer in the world, you've got a lot of mountains to overcome to get there. But if success for you is something a lot more modest, like I always I'm always goal orientated, but my first was let's get the book finished, then it was let's find a publisher, and then let's see if we can get it. Yeah, exactly. All those little boundaries and all those little stepping stones that you have to go through. And then actually in the writing, when you get down to the writing, just make sure you enjoy it. Don't pick something you don't like. Don't pick something you don't want to write about, because that will be so obvious in your work that you're not enjoying it. And then when you've picked that thing that you're going to write about, just jolly well go for it. Don't ever quit. And even if everyone around you is telling you you're garbage, just don't listen, or you listen and use it as fire. I mean, I love rejection now. I absolutely, I like that more than praise. I think now. Actually, I like it when people tell me it's rubbish because it just makes me want to beat them all that much more. But yeah, I would say don't give up. Make sure you enjoy it. And actually another one. Trust yourself. We're surrounded by stories all the time. Even like Candy Crush on your phone. There's a story about a deaf. I don't know, but like a witch and the Bubble Witch saga and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. The stories, we're forced stories almost all the time, and you take it on whether you like it or not. And most of the time when you're thinking about your story writing, if it feels right to your gut, you're probably right. So trust your gut, trust your instincts, write something that you'd want to read, and have a lot of fun, and just go for it, and never take any backward step, and dig your heels in as hard as you can.
Sound advice. Okay, so you join us at a pivotal moment in the Q&A with Rob.
And in my career.
Yeah, exactly. So Rob's going to be giving you a little teaser from his book, from the prologue, but he's going to be doing so with the added challenge of adopting a certain voice at random from the glamorous Tupperware of
there is, fate. You can see there's a little cup, and these are all accents that I've got to...
Well, I mean, I think let's just dive in and find out.
Just man running for the bus. Sorry, Scotland.
It's got a couple of elements in it, this one. So kind of out of breath.
Yeah. I'm just Scotland is... When you've done one, you've got to recalibrate. Somehow a smile. The mere fact that it's like this only makes things easier for me. I sat in a McDonald's, nursing along. Good God, I'm nursing along, melting McFlurry, peering through the plate glass windows. I'm out on the 24-hour square. It's a malaise of excess and flip-flops. A sweltering southern Spanish day. Having lazily... I think he's going to have a cardiac arrest. He certainly laid it on thick. In the distance, the marinas of Torremolinos are absolutely huge. Glow with promise before being swallowed abruptly by the darkness of the sea. While on the...
No, that's good.